Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Joji and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I am super excited because I am finally trying the newly foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Here it is, the Beautiful Skin Foundation. I finally picked up yesterday, and today we are going to see the performance, how it looks like on the skin, and the coverage. So before I talk too much, let's go ahead and start the video. This foundation retails for $55 Canadian, and this is how the packaging looks like. Very nice because it is a slim packaging. It has a pump with it, which is a plus. Also, it is very lightweight, so if you're going for a trip or traveling and if you don't want to carry those like big bulky glass foundation, this is something that you might want to consider. Also, it has 30 ml, which is pretty standard for the foundation size. This is the packaging or the box look like. Every claims is in here, and also all the ingredients is listed at the back, which sounds pretty good to me. And I'm just going to read a little bit about this foundation. So this one is actually a medium coverage, so it's very buildable. It is a liquid formula as well as it finish natural, so it's really good. The main ingredients is hyaluronic acid, which is really good for moisturizing, hydrates your skin. So I'm just going to read here: a medium coverage light as air foundation infused with hyaluronic acid, brightening rose complex. Skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow and a brighter, smoother looking complexion. Sounds really good. I'm very excited. I'm into this kind of foundation, so I'm going to see that today. I'm going to show you guys how it actually look like. So without further ado, let's start the application or the test, how this foundation performs. So I'm going to use one pump for now. The pump works perfectly, and this is how much came out from one pump. I did use the Too Faced Hangover Face Primer. I use this most of the time in the winter. So let's try it. If I didn't mention, my shade is in 6 Neutral because they didn't have a lot of option for like a olive undertone. It's very nice actually. It's one of those foundation that when you apply it, you feel like there's that stickiness to it. So you almost think that it's really going to stick onto your skin. So I finished this side here. I'm just gonna go on the forehead part now. And I'm going to show you close up before I finish this side here so that you can see the difference. It doesn't look like foundation, which is really good actually, like as it mentioned. So that is the finished look of one pump. I feel like it is a very natural, kind of like almost no foundation, which is good. But I feel like I need just a tiny bit of coverage. So I'm going to add just half pump and try to just build up around the area where I feel like I need a coverage. So like over here, because it also says that it's a buildable foundation, so definitely if you want more coverage, I feel like one pump is not enough, and that was just a half face done. So let me just build up. And also I'm using a brush. It's better to use a brush when you know that you're using this type of foundation, like the formula, so that you are not wasting the product. So far that is how it looks like, half of my face, and this one doesn't have any foundation at all. So you can see, I'm gonna give you a little bit more close up right here. Really nice. And the shade so far, it's actually not too bad. It is just a teeny tiny bit brighter. I figure that it's probably because of that brightening effect that this foundation has. So take a look at the one with foundation, and this side doesn't have. It definitely adds glow right away. So if you are not a fan of a glow, but if you like the foundation, just kind of like set it with a powder. So let's try this side. And I think I decided I don't want to use a sponge on this formula because I really noticed that it might just absorb all my foundation and I don't want to waste it. The brush works perfectly actually when you just have the synthetic one. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. I'm satisfied with the coverage now. So I used about 2.5 pumps. So overall, a nice medium coverage, buildable, but at the same time, it doesn't look like foundation. As you see right now, my face is covered with the foundation and it feels like so lightweight. This is something that you really want to look forward, especially if you like this kind of look, like very dewy. But for me right now, I will have to say that this is a little bit shiny and it feels a little bit more oily to me. So I'm really going to set this with powder because later on I know that I'm going to get a little bit more oily throughout the day. So right now, feeling it as well, it's a bit sticky. So if you don't like that sticky foundation, you might not want this one unless, again, you set it with a powder. But I promise you guys, the way how it looks like in person, like it's so good. It looks like just the skin. So take a look at here. As you see that glow right here, I do have like a big window right there, so you can still see a little bit of natural light, but I have some lighting just side by side. But overall, such a good coverage and the way how it looks like. That's the main thing that I noticed on this foundation. Oops, it's something itchy. Perfect. Sorry about that. Yes. So I'm going to set it with a powder and show you how it looks like with the powder and without the powder. So I just quickly apply my concealer under my eyes. And also guys, I just wanted to let you know, so whenever I am reviewing a foundation, I don't normally apply concealer everywhere because I really want you guys to see how the foundation performs and the way how it looks like, especially sometimes when you are applying concealer on top of that. That's not a foundation anymore. So you just want to see exactly the product, not mixed with anything. So I just did apply my concealer around my eyes. Like as you can see here, it's probably a little bit highlighted, but nothing around my face because I really want you guys to see the performance. So I'm just going to set my under eye with a powder right now. I'm also using her powder right here in shade medium. Just trying to apply and set it right away. Okay, now I'm ready to apply a powder on this side. Okay, I'm gonna be using this Clinique powder brush and see. So I just like to dab it around. I'm not putting way too much powder because you don't want to look like your skin is just a powdery, but you just definitely want to like dust it with powders, especially around your nose. So obviously the brush is too big to set around my nose, so I'm going to grab this Murphy brush. This one is M438, such a nice size for a powder actually. Already, so as you see, probably really obvious right now because when you look at here, it's definitely that shine, brightening, and on this side right here is almost like a matte finish. Oh my god, it actually looks really, really good. Like it looks like a really natural medium coverage foundation. So I actually prefer this side because like I said earlier, this finish is a little bit too shiny and oily for me. I like it when I wear foundation and later on my oil comes up just a little bit to get that natural glow. But to start like this, I don't think I can handle that. But here, definitely I prefer setting up with a powder. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm probably really close on your screen right now guys, but I just really wanted you to see the effect of this foundation. Oh my god, look at that. Alright guys, I added just a little bit of bronzer, a blush, and also just a lipstick. But here is my final thought about the product. So overall, I was pretty happy. As you've seen, it's probably obvious already that I like it and it just looks super beautiful on the skin. I swear you guys, it just doesn't look like foundation. And how the hell did she do that? A full, no, not full, a medium coverage foundation, but at the same time, it doesn't look like foundation. Like, come on, that's such a good technology out here in this foundation. At the same time, it is almost like a skincare because it has hyaluronic acid, which is really good for a hydration for your skin. So I would definitely prefer it to set it with a powder. Like I said earlier, I kept saying it, it's a little bit too sticky and shiny for me, and at the same time I hate that stickiness. But if you set it with powder, it's almost like a sponge. As long as you use the right powder, it's almost like it's grabbing it and it's really holding it together. It doesn't feel sticky now, but at the same time it is very, very lightweight. I am very, very happy with the foundation. That is how I feel at this moment, and this is what I can see on my skin right now. But wait, because we are going to test it, so I'm going to check back with you guys a little bit later. I started around 11, so now it's exactly 12, and I will check back with you guys probably after 2 hours, because you know, right now it might look good because I just set it with the powder, but I wanted to see how long does the powder holds after 2 hours. If it turns to kind of like oily and shiny again, I might not really like that, but we are going to see, and I'm sure that you are curious to know as well. So make sure to stick around and watch till the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the notification bell so that you are updated whenever I have a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Alright you guys, here is my first check-in of the day. It's 1:51 p.m. so it's almost about 2 hours, and this is how my face looks like. So far so good. It's not super oily. The powder did a really good job of controlling that overall this stickiness that I can feel on the product. So far it feels really good. It's still fresh, but I will check back again later guys, maybe around 4 or 5 p.m. to let you see what the results of the wear test after like 5 hours. So I will see you. Hey guys, I am back to check the second time around, and this is how the foundation looked like. So right now it's about 6:15 p.m. There you go. So it's exactly 7 hours since I applied this foundation, and you probably notice I have a little bit of lines here because I also was wearing a mask, which is pretty good, impressive. So I'm going to show you just a little bit more focus what's going on in the middle. Obviously most of the time the problem is in our T-zone, so I'm going to check. And I also did not touch up, so just so you know, definitely around here and here it looks really, really good. Like I feel like I just applied it like 4 hours ago. And around my T-zone right here, I definitely see a bit more oil, but it's not like really shiny. As you can see, most of the time when I review foundation without touching up, it looks really oily. I did a really good job setting up my face with a powder, which is, I use her powder as well. But overall, around T-zone, I'm just gonna give you a little bit more close up right here. Right there, right here, and here, if you notice, it's not as shiny. There is a little bit of depositing around my nose, but it's not crazy. Like, it's probably the powder that I set with it earlier. But if you think about it, it is a medium coverage, but at the same time, it's a shiny to begin with. I mean, it's a dewy, shiny foundation. I would think that this is going to deposit a lot or settle on some areas where the skin moves a lot, and in this case this foundation actually is doing a great job staying in place, and on top of that is wearing a mask. Really, really impressed with the product. So I think my overall thought about foundation from Charlotte Tilbury is really, really good. I'm very happy with the result, and definitely my skin loves it. So I would give this foundation a 9 8.2, or let's say 9.2, because you know it's still not a perfect, like it has a little bit of deposit, but overall such a great foundation to have. I am really happy. The shade just looks really nice on me now. I wish they have a little bit more of a golden tone. I hope that they add more shades, but for now I'm really good with this. If you don't like a shiny foundation, if you're oily to begin with, maybe it's not for you, but I think this season, winter time, my skin really love this kind of foundation. So that is all my thought and overall review of this foundation. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye guys!